Welcome back to the pregame. Time now for our Liberty Communication Assistant Coach Minute. And actually, tonight is the Assistant Coaches Minute, as we have the offensive line coach, Kyle Haganman, defensive line coach, Telly Zuniga, joining us here to talk about things. And I guess we'll start defense first, because that's what wins championships. Telly, before we talk defense, tell us a little bit about you. I know that we talked last year, but I'm sure somebody, for some reason, might have missed it. So remind folks about how long you've been here with the team and what it was that drew you to become a coach on this West Branch staff.
Telly Zuniga. I moved here about 3 years ago. Butch, I think, was on the phone with me before I unpacked the house, so he gave me an offer I couldn't refuse, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Excellent. And you're obviously focused on the defensive line. Anything else, or you just like to harp on those guys up front?
I'd like to work with the D-backs in the future. I mean, speed and agility is really my thing, but I just kind of settled on the D-line.
Well, before we talk a little more defense, Kyle, same thing for you. Talk a little bit about how you got involved and how long you've been here with the West Branch staff.
My name's Kyle Haganman. Originally, I started helping out the 5th and 6th graders, Corey Kessler and Mike Klinkhammer and Randy Seidel. Had a great time with that. Butch asked if I'd helped out with the high school a little bit, and this is my 3rd year with the varsity, so I've enjoyed every minute of it as well.
Excellent. Well, looking at the line play, and it works for me. It's hard to tell. Standing here, I was an offensive lineman myself, but
Sure you were.
I was, and a safety. So, I'm versatile. But Telly, fill us in defensively. I know that that line play is really key. It really kind of determines how things go. But talk about, the 5 or 6 guys that you've got up front, a couple new faces, and how that's all trying to work together here this year.
Yep, we got Cooper Kabla back at defensive end and Colton Dietz, an All-Stater, at tackle. And we got a pretty good rotation of a couple more tackles to play in there. Cole Tysinger, Jacob Barnhart, and John Crawl will be seeing some time as well. And Billy Freeze stepped up this year to try his hand at defensive end, and we gave him a start at West Liberty, and he really produced. I think he had 8 or 9 tackles and a quarterback sack, so Billy will be getting some quality reps too.
Talk about, philosophy, obviously, without giving too much away, but, what is it that the defensive line is keying on or reading so that you can work to stop these teams, especially a game like tonight with such a speedy back in Trousel?
I call my guys the bad guys. We just beat everybody up front, and we're just bullies up there, and we got to plug the A-gaps with our bigs and set the edges with our defensive ends, and we work on our technique and our form, and like I said, we take whatever they give us.
Now, how much did you give Barnhart a hard time about not getting the interception when he read the screen perfectly?
Yeah, we'll see how he does this week.
Well, let's flip over to the offensive side. And Kyle, I guess kind of the reverse. You're going against Telly and the things that he's trying to do, trying to plug those gaps and everything. Talk about offensively, especially with the zone scheme and how the guys need to work together and how that works in order for this offense to have success.
We're trying to develop the mentality of it's not so much during this play I have this guy or I have this guy. It's whatever they bring at us, we should be able to pick up with our zone, our zone reads, our zone technique. More with their outside zone. If they blitz a lot, we can still pick it up over almost a blanket, not my guy is this guy, I have this guy in this play. I'm trying to develop the mentality. And do you have to get on them quite a bit, or are they pretty good about communicating up there? Because I know that's always been a very big key. They're pretty good about it, but sometimes I got to get on them a little bit. Sometimes they get lazy or get tired, so got to remind them that communication's key. Well, it looks like West Burlington likes to do a lot with slants and stunts and blitz, and there's going to be bodies flying everywhere. How do they need to be able to prepare for that here tonight? Sometimes there's no preparation for it. As long as your eyes are up and get a man on a man, we have good enough backs, good enough receivers and quarterbacks that sometimes they can make us look good even if we make mistakes. All right. Well, as we work through things, Telly, obviously football is the focus, but do you try to do anything of helping these guys so that when they're done playing football, they're a better human for spending time with you?
That's a tough question. Yeah, I spend a lot of time with them, even on the off season. Like I said, we usually have a little cookout at my house, and there's some life lessons learned there, as well as football. Excellent. Kyle, who would win? ISO drill, you and Telly. Now or in our prime? Either one. I think we'd both get too tired right now to have a winner. It'd be a draw, I'd say. We'll just be sucking on some oxygen. So yeah, once I come out of my stance, I'd be pretty much shot. Head rush. Well, guys, thanks very much. We'll be looking for that line play tonight and all season long as well. Thank you. That is tonight's Liberty Communications Assistant Coach Minute. We'll be back with more of the pregame. This is the Bearcast, WestBranchFootball.com.